Welcome to Leadership Academy for Kids. On this episode, we're going to talk about results. And I'm here live in our studio. It's 11 Eastern Standard Time. And my two kids are with me. Go ahead and say hello.
Hello.
That's them. We've got...
Hazel and Julia again.
There you go. Hazel and Julia again.
And Mike again.
Yes, of course. I'm your host, Mike Cornwell. That's what I said. Back behind me, I've set up our whiteboard and we're ready to get into this lesson. Let me take my hat off. I'll take my jacket. You guys can go ahead and pull on up. Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit different than what we were doing last week. We are going to talk about the things we were talking about kind of up to this point.
And you're going to see us.
Yes, I'm going to see you guys. So here's something that let's go kind of review back going over what is influence, your guys' own words.
Influence is telling someone to do something.
Influence is telling someone to do something. That's a pretty simplistic definition. Okay, what do you got? What do you got, Hazel?
Is like saying that people leave their wheel.
Okay. Next time, instead of trying to give an example of it, if I ask, "Hey, give me an example of it," that might be an example. But no, we're talking about a definition. What the thing actually is. Okay, what else we got?
Telling someone to believe in something.
Telling someone to believe in something.
Like,
that's kind of
like to believe that there's God in leaves.
Yes, like there's golden leaves.
There is golden leaves. Rainbow.
So influence is the ability, the natural phenomena for us to be able to get somebody else to do an action, behavior, or a belief. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how does that relate to leadership? What is leadership?
Leadership is influence. Good? No.
You're getting there. Okay. Influence,
Others?
good. Others, yeah. You're pulling at random words out of the ethosphere that connect.
Manipulation is self.
I didn't ask about manipulation. We're just talking about leadership.
Actions, behavior, and belief.
Action, behaviors, and beliefs. How about this? Leadership is influence, which is getting the natural ability for us to be able to get other people to do actions, behaviors, and beliefs, but doing it for the purposes of good, which we defined as helping other people. But there's actually a little bit more to that we haven't actually talked about, and we're not going to talk about that today, but we're going to talk about something that's going to lean towards that, because I don't think you guys are quite ready for kind of the ultimate, like, okay, so, what does others and self really mean? That's really the thing. And so we're going to kind of cut to the chase, and we're going to talk about what I've got here on the board. Let me flip this around here. Okay, so I've got kind of a little word puzzle, and I've got them numbered, the little keywords. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, but then I have 1 and 2. What do you think this 1 and 2 are? The same thing as this one, 1 and 2. Okay?
They're probably going to be the same words.
That's what I'm saying. They are the same words.
1 and 2.
So here's the question. Okay, so influence works because we blank, it is blank for us. What do you guys think this is?
Influence works because we do it. No.
What do you guys think?
Influence works.
Why do you guys think influence works? We talked about this kind of very briefly.
Because others will believe. No, probably because it's better. It's gonna say better manipulation.
Come on, what do you think?
Influence works because we
Why does influence work?
do it. No.
Instead of trying to figure out the word, why does influence work?
Because.
Why would we ever do anything that someone tells us to do?
Because we care for them.
Maybe a little bit. Like if we were to say something like,
Tie your shoes.
why would you, if I mention go pick the fruit, Why would you want to go pick the fruit, Hazel?
Because I'm gonna go pick all the fruit and then eat all of it.
Okay. So if I tell you to go pick the fruit, you think that that's probably a good idea to do, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna eat some fruit when I come back.
Did I have to do a lot of convincing to get you to go pick fruit? No. That's pretty important. So when we're doing influencing and we're leading people, the reason why it works is because
we do it.
We believe
it is good for us.
Is good for us. That's right. Influence works because we believe it is good for us. The reason why Hazel was willing to go pick the fruit is because she believes it's good for her. So me saying go pick the fruit, that's not, I don't have to do any convincing. I don't have to try to do some extreme persuading.
Why would I have to go pick the fruit? Because I'm a fruit girl.
Yeah, you like fruit. So if I say go pick the fruit, you'll go do it. What is the thing that's actually doing the influence there? Think about that. The fruit. You guys are getting real close to getting the answer to the whole riddle here. Getting real close. Okay. So therefore, blank. Who's this? Oh yeah, Julia's up here. Okay, come on up.
I don't.
Okay. So Julia's here. You can wave to the camera. You got to raise your arm up so you can see yourself there. There you go. Okay. So now, therefore, blank can be influenced if we help them get the blank. They blank our blank for them. So let's not focus on this second part here. Let's just say, therefore, blank can be influenced if we help them get the blank. Okay. What's that? Blank can be influenced. Any ideas?
People can be influenced? I don't know.
That's very close. That's very close. Instead of the word people, let's replace the word people with something else. We? Okay. How about we go bigger?
All of us?
That's getting close. Really close.
More?
We say more?
Let's see.
Come on. You're really close.
And I said 4.
That's simple, just a single word.
Us?
No. Bigger.
Okay, bigger like this?
Us could be like 2 of us, could be 3 of us, could be 40 of us.
100.
Everyone. Therefore, everyone can be influenced if we help them get the blank. What's the blank?
Okay.
This is really the topic of our conversation today. What's the blank?
Thing that they want?
That's really, really close. You may or may not get it, but that's okay. Therefore, everyone can be influenced if we help them get the results. Oh, you're supposed to write it. Go ahead.
Well, she doesn't know how to write
Results. Results. Just write results. Do you know how to spell results? Here, I'll help you out. Okay. R. E. Okay. S. Okay. What else do you think? Results.
O.
Nope. U. Alts.
O.
Results. Okay. What else?
O.
No. That's where you're thinking, oh, it's U. Results.
How about S?
No, it's an L.
S.
Okay. T.
S-T.
T.
S.
S. Okay. Now, go ahead and sit down. Now it's Hazel's turn to come up. Okay. So now, therefore, everyone can be influenced if we help them get the results they blank are blank for them. We already talked about what these words are. So what are these words, Hazel? Because you said it earlier.
R for them. That's what that says.
Remember, we've got these all numbered. So, and those are numbered 1 and 2.
Work because we influence if we help them set the resolution.
Get. This is a G. Get the results. They blank are blank for them.
Put this back. Put it back.
No, actually, you need a red marker.
Yeah, not that one.
Here. All right. On one. On one, put believe.
Okay. Okay.
Wait. Okay.
Okay, that's gonna probably turn on without something weird.
Okay. Believe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Many times in life, erasing's not the best idea.
What's that?
E.
Then C.
V. Okay. Believe. R. What's that one? No.
Good.
There you go. How you spell good? Okay. Okay.
Oh my, Hazel.
All right. Believe are good for them.
Good one. Yeah, that was me, Hazel.
Nice job, guys. Okay. So, Julia, read the first one, and then Hazel, read the second one.
Okay, influence works because we believe it is good for us.
Hazel, go ahead.
Therefore, everyone can be influenced if we help them get the results they believe are good for them.
Okay. So what we're going to do for the next, 20 minutes is unpack the bottom here. I think we understand what believe and good means, right? Mm-hmm. We got kind of a reasonable idea. And this good right here doesn't really mean, how we were doing good and evil. Mm-hmm. This doesn't really mean the same thing as that good. There's some overlaps, but it's not the exact same words. Hazel? No. It's not quite the same thing. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this right here. So, everyone, how many people is everyone?
Everyone on the planet.
Everyone. Every person.
In the world.
Everyone in the world. So, are there any exceptions to this? Do you know what an exception is?
No.
An exception is a situation where one person it doesn't apply to. So the question is, are there any exceptions?
No.
No. That's everyone.
Daddy?
What's up?
I'm really happy that my adult teeth are coming in.
Okay. Your adult teeth are coming in. You're very happy about them. That's good.
Okay. We're not talking about
That's okay. Everyone can be influenced if we help them get the results they believe are good for them. So what are results? Why are you happy about those teeth?
Because if you had no teeth, you can't bite. You can't chew your food.
Have you been having a hard time chewing your food?
Yeah, right here.
Because you don't have teeth there?
But now I have.
Now you do. So what results
In this
was she interested in just now?
Adult teeth.
No, that's not the results. That's why we're talking about this. What you just described there, Julia. Let me see. I don't even know if I know the word for that. I'm not going to try to come up with a word. Maybe it'll come to me. But What you described was not the results. And what most people describe when somebody talks about results is the things that you just described there. What were the results that Hazel was looking for? I asked her, you're happy. And I asked, why are you happy? And then she said what the answer was. She didn't say because she's getting her adult teeth. So that's not what she said.
Because without teeth, she can't eat.
That's right.
Yeah, you can't eat. You can't eat any food.
Here, you keep knocking this microphone. I'm going to scoot you forward a little bit.
What you can only do is you can only drink water.
You can only drink water. So again, I'm going to ask, what are the results that she's looking for?
The result she's looking for is teeth.
What is she looking for?
Teeth?
No, that's incorrect. That's what I'm saying. That is not what she's looking for. She's not looking for teeth.
She's looking for
The teeth do something.
chewing?
For chewing. Okay? Eating. Here, I'm gonna start deleting all this. We are talking about today the influence of results. The impact that results actually have. So let me go ahead and write this word on the board here. And just now, look at how fast it was that all of a sudden we started talking about the actual thing itself. Instantaneous, right? Instantaneous. Hazel provided just a random snippet or just a random statement that she just said. And inside of there, instantaneously, she showed us the key to a way to influence her. And it was based on results. Because she said it was not teeth. She said she was glad to have teeth. Why?
To chew.
To chew.
And also to eat. If I asked her,
To eat.
But if I had no teeth, I couldn't do anything but drink water.
Yeah. To eat. Not just drink. Okay. This right here, you should stop talking so you can listen, because you're missing this. Not just drink. Why?
Because you have to eat, or your tummy will.
I will say that this right here is creating lack and potentially pain. Okay? I.e., this, to eat, is pleasure and abundance. This is very important. What I'm writing on the board here is extremely important. Why would anybody come to our farm and buy our produce? Is it for the vegetables?
No, it's for good.
It's for good. For a good. What is the good?
I know why it's good.
Go. Huh?
The people. Why it's good is because it's good for your body.
It's good for your body. So I'll put underneath here healthy.
Yeah.
Okay? That's right. Why don't they, some people, let me see, do I want to go down there? I don't think so. They go to our farm. So again, they're looking at, they're buying produce from us, but they're not buying it because they want the produce per se. It's like, sure, they could do that, but they could just go to the grocery store. What about other reasons, right?
It's fresh, yummy. And fresh and yummy.
Okay, I'm going to call that pleasurable, because if it's yummy, it's pleasurable. Fresh, I'm going to call healthy. What else?
Oh, I know. They should always buy. But if you go to the store, it's fresh is very better than store, because sometimes store is not yummy.
Not yummy. Again, I'm gonna go back to, if it's not yummy, you're lacking, or you might have pain. How about this? Convenient. Some people live in our neighborhood and they want to buy produce because they don't have to go to the store to go get it.
Yeah,
It's not just pleasurable. It's not just abundant. It's not just healthy, but it's also convenience. So we're going to call that time. So one of those things, I'm going to put / convenience, because convenience is normally time, but it's also could be, they could grow it themselves, right? But they're not.
Daddy?
Why would they? Hold on. If they're not growing it themselves, it saves them time out of convenience. You know what? I'm going to put this, I'm going to actually split this up. So one is,
Time.
I'm going to delete this because I think we got that. And so these are kind of, I'm going to call this good and bad. So things we think are good for us, things that we think are bad for us. And so,
Time.
how about this? We're going to put less. That's a bad thing. I'll put it as a bad. Time wasted. This thing over here, we just said.
Time.
I'm going to put.
But time not wasted.
Yeah. I'm just thinking that having your time. I'm just going to put have time. Yeah. And then I'm not going to say wasted.
That's
I'm going to say less time. I'm not going to say wasted. Less time.
That's hove time.
Have time. So what we're talking about is results here. So the question is somebody going to come to our farm and buy produce if it takes them more time, it's painful, and we don't have much produce?
No.
No, to none of those.
Yes.
These are actually the things
That will be good.
that bring people in, is these right here. Do you see on here the word vegetable?
No.
No, vegetables aren't on here.
Then we should write it.
No. Here's another thing that you may or may not know. But these words right here are we'll move on from there. Okay, so what we're talking about is results here. These are the things that get people to do actions. So if you want to do something, if you want somebody to do something, again, what is influence?
Influence is getting someone to do actions, behavior, and beliefs.
That's right. Actions, behaviors, and beliefs.
Can I have some water? Ow. No.
You're going to have to hold it.
Yeah. Even if you have to go back.
Now, part of the reason why am I telling you to hold it and not go get some water? It's not because of pleasure. It's not abundance. It's not from healthy. It's having time. But it's to prevent you from having lack, because if you go out there, you aren't going to get this education. We cannot wait on you.
Yeah, we can't.
You aren't going to get this. So you're actually going to get less time. You're going to have less time in here. And instead, you're going to just get water. Now, I'm saying you should sacrifice. You should go thirsty for a little bit so that you gain more of this time and something that you can do otherwise. How much of the day do you have the ability to go get water?
Every day. All the time.
Nearly all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. How much time do you have for us to do this stuff?
Not all day.
Monday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you guys get. We have the videos that we post on YouTube, and you do that. But you got to understand, there's a value discrepancy. There's a difference between what you can actually get here and now and what you can get in the future. You can wait and you can hold on to get those pleasures and abundance. In fact, I'll tell you, in some of the cases, by choosing better and choosing correctly, prioritizing your results, you have more abundance, more pleasure, health, and have time.
When I'm adult, I might actually look on the recordings again.
You should. What we're telling you now is just as useful 2,000 years ago as it is right now. It's completely and totally timeless.
Yeah, but I might forget what to do.
You might forget. I don't think you will. You might forget some of the intricacies. You might forget the a good, clean definition of influence, but
No, like what to do to actually look to actually look on to actually go to it.
you're saying you might forget to go to it in the future.
No, not go to it. I might forget to what I don't remember what I'm trying to say.
Don't remember what you're trying to say. That's okay. So we're talking about results because this is the things that influence people. Now, back to we were talking about our definition of influence. It's to get other people to do actions, behaviors, and beliefs. The only reason they do it is because
They think it's good.
they think it's good. Every time they think it's good. And the way they think it's good is either the list here, and there's definitely going to be more, either this list here or the antithesis to this. So we said, reduce lack, reduce pain, and reduce less time. I have more time.
Reduce.
So it's either good or the opposite. That's the word I was looking for. The opposite of bad. So anytime that you have a bad word or what are some other bads? What are some other things that you don't want?
I don't want you to dress me at morning.
Don't want to dress me in the morning. Why?
Because you might pick the clothes that I don't want.
Okay. Hold on.
And
Clothes
I
you
like
don't want.
dressing myself.
So what we're saying there, I'm going to say over here, I'm going to say freedom, and I'm going to add liberty. And over here, it might be like few choices. We want more choices, generally. We want them, although there's some things saying that we make bad decisions when you have many choices. But you want freedom and liberty, and then if I go in there and do that, you don't have a choice. I'm going to put no choices. How about that? That's bad. Okay? You got anything else, Julia?
I was gonna say that when we were talking about
You're gonna have to speak up. This microphone is pretty sensitive, but it can't hear murmurs from the side of the room.
What I wouldn't want you to dress me is because I want to do it myself.
You want to do it yourself. So I'm gonna add to this is autonomy. Autonomy, and over here bad would be control. So the question is, what does autonomy mean?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
What does auto mean? Auto.
Auto means doing it for you. I know.
Auto is short for automatic.
Oh yeah.
What does automatic mean?
Automatic means like dressing, like a robot dressing you. No.
Do you have an idea?
No. What is it? I know auto, but it's just in the movie. It's called auto.
Auto means it just it happens without having to do anything else. And then when you add autonomy, that is like of doing. And so this is the ability to do things on your own volition and your own will without someone else having to have it for you. Autonomy is you being your own independent person.
Well, I actually have another good one.
You have another good one? What do you got?
It's going to take care of Ruben when no one actually have asked you to do it, like your mom and dad.
Okay.
I'm going to go do it.
Okay. Hold on. Why is that a good? Because that's a what and not a result.
What?
So part of that, I'm just going to hone you in on it, was without someone having to tell you to do it. Why is that good? for like a result. What result is that?
I don't know that.
You don't know? We already listed it. Have time, because Mom and I don't have to do it. And autonomy, in the case of you having autonomy, that you do it without us having to tell you do it. Autonomy is about, again, you being the individual force without somebody else having to push you along, which is normally what control is. Control normally comes, you know what, I'm also going to put on here just in general, I'm going to put fear. That's bad. I already got pain, so we don't need.
No.
So control, people normally control things when they have fear, when they don't have choices. They're feeling like there's pain, that there's lack, that there's less time. They're trying to control. But in the reality, you don't get any of these good things when you have control.
I know some bad things.
What's that?
It's pushing Patrick for no reason.
Pushing Patrick for no reason. Well, how does that fit in? Because, again, the thing that is different, that I don't think you guys are quite seeing here, there's no actions here. There's no things, right? Have we written a single thing, like a physical, is the word marker on here?
No.
Does it go under good or bad?
No.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. No.
Okay, feeding Reuben, is that good or bad?
That's good.
Is Reuben's name on here?
No.
No. Is the word feeding anywhere on here?
No.
No. This, what we're talking about, is something different than the way you guys are thinking about it. What this is this is actually categorizing, and it's understanding values and judgments of things. Judgments. It's deeper than this. It's meaning. This is meaning, what it means. So feeding Reuben, the bunny, generally we would say it's good, but what if you're trying to like force feed him, like, I don't know, you're trying to feed him a steak? Is that good or bad?
Bad.
That's bad. Why?
Because it's pain.
Pain. That's not in his nature.
Yeah.
That's not in his nature. So that's going to bring pain.
Yeah, he's a herbivore.
Maybe even fear.
Yeah.
He's not going to like that.
But all what you have to do to make him actually like it and not have pain is just put it down in his bowl or his.
No, he's not gonna eat it.
He's not going to eat it.
Yeah.
He might have fear because now there's some little meat hanging out there. He might be the next meat.
Yeah.
The reality is what we're talking about here is this is the problem with being too focused on things and what. Because things and what, this is what moves people. It's not the things and the what. It's these things. So people don't try to go, for example, why did you buy the little toy machine gun?
Because I liked it.
Yeah, but why? What did you know the machine gun was going to do for you?
Not can be boring. Sometimes they're really boring outside.
Boring. That one right there. Pleasure. That's what you have. Right?
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's why you bought it. You didn't buy the toy machine gun because it's a toy machine gun.
Yeah.
We say this because we take this stuff for granted, but if you don't realize that other people are making these determinations all the time, they actually don't know what you're saying when you say it. You think that they do, but they don't. If you were to say something like, I'm going to go buy a toy machine gun, you just say, I'm going to buy a toy machine gun, because that's the kind of things that people would say. They don't know what you're talking about. You think that they do, because behind your own eyes, you see this. They do not see that. They see toy machine gun. They then have this mosaic of good and bad, and it falls somewhere in here. They don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And so let's say you guys wanted to buy a go-kart. Do you guys have enough money for a go-kart?
No. Joy would.
No, you don't. Okay, so say now you were trying to convince a parent to help you buy a go-kart, right? You guys try to convince parents to get you to buy things, right? If you come and say, I want to buy a go-kart, is the word go-kart anywhere on this list?
No.
What are we talking about here? We're talking about influence, right?
Yeah.
What is the thing you're trying to influence?
You're trying to influence your parents.
Yeah, for what? To take an action, behavior, belief, but what action, behavior, or belief?
To get you something.
Okay. An action might maybe an action would be to buy you the go-kart, right? Buy the go-kart.
I would buy something else in the go-kart.
Okay, what would you buy?
I would buy
the go-kart.
I would buy you know a thing that is toasted or
The
Hold on. What?
I would buy a gator.
You want a gator. Why would you buy that instead of a go-kart?
Because
Charles is inviting her.
Stop. You're making this much harder, and you're not actually allowing us to get the things that we're trying to get. We're not trying to understand what you're saying. Okay? We're trying to understand what she's saying. So if you keep saying things, you're going to put stuff in her mind, and then that's not what she's saying. That's what you're saying.
Probably because a go-kart is actually kind of like a car.
Yeah. Okay. What about the gator? It seems kind of like a car.
Well.
Here, let me help you, Hazel. I'm looking for these, and I don't understand how. And I'm not saying that it's not. I'm trying to get you to tell me, how is a gator any of these more than the go-kart? That's what I'm trying to understand. It's got to be more pleasurable, more abundant, healthier, have more time, freedom, liberty, or autonomy. And I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just asking, in your mind, why would you do the gator?
Because it's not hard to actually do. It's not hard to figure out.
Oh, okay. So you have concern that the go-kart is difficult and the gator is easy. Why is that?
Because why you know that is because Avisons and go-kart is really easy. Probably a gator is not like a car because it doesn't have a bunch of things that is not hard to do.
Well.
Okay, I'm writing a couple words on here because we're getting at the core of everything that we're talking about. I wrote the word easy. That's a good. People like easy, right? You want it to be easier. Okay. You don't want it to be hard. That's bad. Some people think hard is good. I'm not, I'm only putting this on here because these generally mean this, but these are a little bit more complex than this. Uncertainty, as in you're not really sure whether or not you're going to be able to operate that go-kart. That creates fear. That's potentially pain. Less time. You'll have less time to play because you're trying to figure out the device rather than having time to go drive around. Yeah, you want to go drive around. You don't want to try to figure out, okay, and what you're saying is very true because in the gator, that is a electrical device, and so if it's working, it's going to work. But a go-kart normally has an engine, and that engine may or may not be working, and then you're pulling a thing, trying to get it to start, and you don't know if it's going to start. Sacrifice is another thing. Sacrifice is just the general, I have to do a bunch of stuff in order to get the thing to work, and people don't like that.
And also, I would get a gator because also, instead of having a go-kart, I would actually be trying to I would buy a gator because it will be easy to do and I can just hop on it and then just drive around the grass.
Yeah, you can go get it. Okay, now let's focus on Julia. Why would you get the go-kart over the gator?
Because sometimes I like harder things more than easier.
Okay.
Because easier things, I'm just like, oh, this is boring.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay, I'm putting just right stimulation, right? Because that's kind of the meaning of boring. And I said overcoming. And that would be the nature of hard, is overcoming. So overcoming something difficult. Now, having said that, what we're talking about here is, again, the word go-kart's not on here because the same thing could apply to, it could apply to camera equipment. It could go to learning Japanese. If I say learning Japanese, that word is going to fall on any number of these. For some people, it's going to be uncertainty. They feel like they have no choice because it's like, I didn't ask me if I want to do Russian. Might be lacking in less time. Like, oh no, I don't have enough time to potentially play. Other people might look at it as, oh, if I learn that, I might have freedom and liberty to be able to go overseas and be able to speak Japanese to people. I might be, they might think it's healthy to learn multiple languages. They find it pleasurable because the act of actually going and doing multiple languages. But again, this all goes back to the reality is when you're trying to get what you guys just described, none of what you just described is what's going to be necessary to convince your parents to get you a go-kart. Did you not realize that? We're talking about results, and we're trying to influence other people. None of you guys are other people. Did you not realize that?
No.
Remember on the thing that we just showed up on the screen just a minute ago, or on the screen, on the whiteboard, what did the top say, Julia?
Results.
No, that was down here. What did the top, not this. What did it say on the top of this before we erased it? Influence works because why?
Because we believe it is
Good for us.
good for
Okay, since you said the top one, what's the bottom one? Therefore what, Julia?
therefore we
Everyone
therefore everyone
can be...
can be resolved,
No.
believe,
Nope. Therefore, everyone can be influenced if we help them to get the
resolve,
results that they
Can be
believe is good for them.
or believe it's good for them.
Okay, so if you come to me and say, I want to get a go-kart, you don't know the results that I want. If you want it to, in order to convince me or your parents to take an action, there's actually more than just the action of buying the go-kart, isn't there? Mm-hmm. What else would you influence? Because what are the other two things you could influence? One is an action. What's the other two things? Beliefs
behavior.
and behaviors. So first of all, now you're going to have to try to influence two other things other than just get us to buy something, right? You might be behaviors of that we're going to buy you these sorts of things, so that we might regularly buy you these kinds of things. That's one. And then the other one is a belief that it would be a good thing for you guys to have. You would have to convince us that that's the case. As in, persuade us, to influence us, to adopt a belief. The belief being that it would be good to get it. Does that make sense? Are you sure? Why don't somebody say this back to me?
Kind of.
Okay, why don't we say this back? What did I just say?
You just said multiple things.
I did.
I didn't know what you said.
What's the definition of influence?
The definition of influence is getting someone to do actions, behaviors, and beliefs.
Okay, that's right. And so what is a belief that you would have to try to influence us, that you may have to influence us in order to get you a go-kart? What's one? There's multiple beliefs, but what's one of them?
Well, I would believe that that it would be fun.
Okay, you're getting close. You'd have to influence the belief that we think it's a good idea. Yeah. Because we're not going to do it if we think it's a bad idea. Because remember, no one is influenced by the bad things. Only the opposite to the bad things and the good things. And it's not always the case that the opposite of bad is good. That's not always the case.
Bad is manipulation.
Well, That's for another time. Another time. So if we were to you guys were try to get us to buy a go-kart, you would have to talk about these things because you say we want to buy a go-kart. But didn't we just say like go-kart's not on here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So it's not obvious to another person, is it good or is it bad? They don't know. And when you're coming and you're asking for it, this is what I'm telling you, you got to understand. They automatically are picking out things inside of here that are the things that they believe. When you say go-kart, I might see, I'm just picking at random. Okay, so there's this, and that. Okay, so read these words out. What are these good things that I randomly thought about?
Have time.
All of a sudden, I believe, oh man, I might have some time. Okay,
Library.
liberty. So I might go like, oh, I want my kids to have liberty, and I want my kids to have, have time. Have time's like have a good time. Okay, there's that. But then there's these other things. Joey, what are the 4 things on the bad that I picked out randomly?
Okay. Lack.
Yep.
Pain, uncertainty, and sacrifice.
Ooh, these are big. These are big. All of a sudden, the moment you told me you want to get a go-kart, I'm thinking, I'll only move over here so they can see. I'm thinking lack. Ooh, all of a sudden I'm going to have less money. If I buy that go-kart, I'm not going to have enough money to do other things. Pain. Oh, we're going to deal with a kid that's going to get hurt. Now, all of a sudden, we're going to have to do things like bring them to ER. Then I got uncertainty down here. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. Are they going to go over that hill over there? Are they going to like try to drive out on the streets over there? I've got uncertainty. I don't. Why do they even want one? Maybe all of a sudden they want to go hang out with some random stranger. I now have uncertainty. I don't know what's happening here. And then sacrifice. I'm thinking, man, I'm going to have to maintain that go-kart. I'm going to have to do things for that go-kart. You did not realize that when you asked, theoretically, to get a go-kart, these things magically popped up out of nowhere. They didn't exist until you said that, and now the person has kind of 2 good things they're believing, but they believe these bad things. If you do not identify that these results or these anti-results are there, you will not be successful. This is why people are so poor at doing influence, because they don't know that this is happening and they don't even admit it. But you're going to admit that it is happening, right? In fact, I would encourage you guys from now on, when you ask for something, a thing, right? Again, are there any things on here?
No.
There's no things on here. But this is what's determining whether or not you get something. So, for example, let's take the machine gun. Okay? We're talking a real situation now. Okay, so as background, we are at Walmart. Our kids want to use some money. In fact, why were we there originally?
To get something.
Yeah, what were we getting? Why were we there?
Cords,
Probably. That's not why we were there.
We were getting a computer.
No, a Sonic racing car.
Sonic racing. We were like, okay, and we, as in the parents, were thinking, ooh, my kid's showing a little bit of freedom, a little bit of liberty, a little bit of autonomy. That was a big one. Like, uh-oh, they're showing initiative. They want to get their own game using their own money. We're thinking...
It's easy.
No, it's not easy for
we're thinking it's healthy in some regards. Abundance. She's got plenty of money to be able to purchase this thing. And pleasure, maybe just ever so slightly. Okay, we'll do like a little family outing. And it's like, okay, well, other kids have money and they're going to do that too. So let's look at the bad things. When it's like, okay, let's go get Sonic Racing. Lack, no. Pain, no. Less time, maybe a little bit. No choices, no. Control, fear, no. Uncertainty, no. Hard, sacrifice, no. Maybe a little bit on sacrifice. You see how small these are compared to these big ones? That's why we're like, oh, take her to go get Sonic Racing. That's, thumbs up.
And also there's
Okay, that's thumbs up.
And also
But-
there's another thumbs up for giving me for letting me execute it. A joy.
That's not the case. Now let's look at wow. That was just the background. Why we're there. If you would have said, Hazel, I want to go to Walmart and go buy a toy machine gun, Do you think that you would have been successful at getting that toy machine gun? I like your optimism. It's a very low likelihood that you would have, because we would not have seen the same things as we see right here that we just saw. Pleasure? I don't know. Pain. That thing makes a lot of noise. Brrr. I hear this stuff like all the time. Okay. And then I'm thinking, okay, let's go down the list. So I think it's pleasurable? No. Abundance? Not really. Healthy? Maybe a small dot. Have time? I will not gain any more time. Freedom? Maybe a little bit. Liberty? A little bit. Autonomy? A smidget. Yeah, a little bit. Easy? Nope. Overcoming? Nope. No. Just right stimulation. That is a flat no. If I need to put that back over here, which I don't have, which is overstimulated, which would be bad. Lacking? No. Pain? Maybe. Less time? Yep. No choice. No, I'm going to have the choice. Control? Am I losing control? Yeah, there might be a little there. Fear? No. A tad bit of uncertainty? Yes. Hard. Sacrifice a little bit. Look how much more on this side, and that counts as this. How much more, when I look at a toy machine gun and being asked to buy it, it would be compared to this. That's what you would have came up against. Now, let's talk about actually what happened.
It's not hard.
I didn't say it was hard.
Well, you didn't even say that it's easy.
It's not. It's neither easy nor hard. It's not relevant. Because again, it's back to the results. So me getting you that toy, or bringing you to get that toy, because you would be trying to influence me to go take you there to go get it. Easy is like, I'm going to get what I want. Easy and hard kind of tap. They're kind of in addition to these things. But let's not worry about that. Okay, now we're there. Julia's got her thing, and it's like, okay, hey, we're at the toy store. Is it easy for Hazel to go buy it now? Oh, yes, it's easy. We're already here. We are already here, and there's already money. She brought money. Okay, pleasure. A little bit. Okay. Abundance. I don't know if that's rather healthy. Maybe we're doing a little walking around. Have time. I don't know if I'm going to gain time. Freedom. Maybe I'll put a little bit, because it's like we're hanging out family. Freedom, liberty, a little bit of a little bit. Autonomy. Yes, we like that. Overcoming. Nope. So we got a little bit larger stars here. Now we got this going on. Okay. So now we're trying to decide, again, toy machine gun. Which one is this? Okay. And so now we're going into here. So lack, I was a little concerned over the fact that you did not have a ton of money. So I'm a little concerned about that. So that's an anti-abundance saying is lack. Pain, I heard it a couple times, and I'm thinking, you know what? She can go outside with it. So it's like maybe tiny pain. Less time, not relevant. And no choices. That's definitely not the case. Over here, there should be choices. And we like the fact that you were choosing a bunch of different things. Okay. Fear, uncertainty, a little bit, almost a little bit less though, right? I can put like a little dot. Hard, no. Sacrifice, 0. Fear, none. So the reason why he was much more successful, why? Why were we influenced?
Because
What result? Why did all of a sudden the results be completely different?
because he bought it with her own money.
That was always going to be the case.
That's good.
What's the difference what was the first situation? The first situation was we were just going to go to Walmart and go buy that.
Yeah.
But that's not what actually happened. What actually did happen? We went to Walmart for what?
For the
Sonic Racing. Okay? And there was a lot of positive reasons for why we were going to do Sonic Racing. That's why we said yes to it. But we were already there, right?
Yeah,
We were already there. And so when Hazel was making the choice of what she's going to buy, she did not come up against all these bad things that she would have come had we been at the house. The sacrifice, that would have been pretty high. I'd have to spend a couple hours of my time to go get a toy machine gun. Us driving over there would cost more dollars in gas than a toy machine gun alone.
Yeah.
You understand that? Just to even for us to go drive to Walmart, it would cost us more money than to actually buy the toy machine gun. Mm-hmm. We didn't have to do that. We're already there. Are you guys seeing? What are we talking about? What is the entire topic are we talking about? Why are you in? No. Why are you in this room right now?
So we can learn.
Yeah, learn what?
Learn influence.
That's the start. Why don't we elevate it one step higher?
Learn to be like a good parent.
That might be a byproduct. You said it earlier, Hazel. When I'm looking for the word. Why are we here right now? Why are we doing these lessons? You said it, but it's actually further than what you're saying. Come on.
I did say that.
You said the word earlier. I told you no, that wasn't it because that was about something else.
I liked in my teeth.
Okay, what do you got, Julia?
Let's see.
What is the name of this channel? You guys are melted. We're 56 minutes in. That's why. Leadership.
Yes.
Leadership. How to be a leader. In order to be a leader, you've got to do things on this side. You've got to discover what these things are that people believe and or help them understand how it is that. And you need to eliminate the belief in these. Remember actions, behaviors, and beliefs? These are beliefs. Remember we're talking about behavior, actions, behaviors, and beliefs. That's a belief. That's a belief. They're not true. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right. I think that's all the time we got.
I know.
All right. If y'all like this kind of thing, this is the Leadership Academy for Kids. My name is Mike Cornwell, and we've got...
Me.
Yeah, who's me?
Julia.
Julia.
Hazel.
And Hazel here live in our studio at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we record in our studio at our the Leadership Academy here, Sanctuary Leadership. And if you like this kind of thing, I don't know, I think comments are not on there, but subscribe, do the notifications, that kind of stuff, and contact us if you're interested in more leadership stuff.
And it's very fun here.
It's very fun here. There you go. There's a little bit of comments. Until next time, be the leader and have a great day.